Good day. My name is Mark Mellor. I'm an attorney with the Mellor Law Firm. I have a number of client inquiries from Running Springs, so I thought it helpful to put together this video to give you an idea of some of the distinctions in dealing with corporate entities versus LLCs if you're thinking about forming one of those two for whatever business enterprise you're working on. So what are some of the distinctions? When we look at corporations, we have basically two different types. We have a C corporation and an S corporation. And how do we know which one to form? Well, some of the distinctions deal with stockholders. For example, in an S corporation, you can't have more than 500 stockholders, and you're limited to the type of stockholders you can have. You can't have a corporate stockholder in an S corporation or a trust holding stock or something like that, unless it's a family trust, and there are some exemptions. But for the most part, it has to be individual stockholders under 500. A C corporation doesn't have any of those restrictions, and you can have corporate shareholders and things of that nature. But probably one of the biggest distinctions is related to taxation, which is one of the two reasons you want to form an entity like an LLC or corporation: taxation and personal liability protection. From a taxation perspective, you have a C corporation, which is taxed twice, and S corporations tax much like a partnership or taxed singularly. What do I mean by that? Well, the corporation in a C circumstance will take in income and it will pay income tax on the amount of income it brings in. And then when it divests itself of its profits to the shareholders will pay tax again on the profits they received, hence double taxation. An S corporation, rather, is a little bit smaller corporation, taxed like a partnership, where the corporation brings in income, it expenses that out with various expenses of the corporation, and then whatever it divests to its shareholders, the shareholders will pay tax singularly on that amount, and they'll attach a K-1 to their 1040, and that's how they pay tax on that, or single taxation. So from a tax perspective, S corporation has several advantages. A C corporation in certain circumstances might lend you certain deductions depending on your type of business, but for the most part, if you're making under $1 million to $3 million a year, you're probably looking at an S corporation status. Now, if you're looking to file a limited liability company or an LLC, you've heard about that term, when would you do that? Well, it might be advantageous in certain business circumstances. For example, real estate. In working with CPAs, I have come to understand that working in an LLC format provides you certain tax advantages that a corporate entity doesn't provide you. So a lot of my investor clients in real estate, they will have me form an LLC for them. For real estate purposes. That might be a situation where you would choose an LLC over a corporation. But the bottom line here is we want to get input from your accountant to determine what is best for your business enterprise. And then once we have that decision from the accountant, we can go ahead and form whatever entity is best for you. Those are some of the distinctions to be made between corporation and LLC. If you have any other questions about your particular business, feel free to give us a call, and I'd be happy to sit down with you and go over those.